Hey, Riley with Chronicles of Liberty. And I just wanted to jump right in this morning and do a follow-up video to some of the things in my culture. This video is to Christians, but especially to my denomination known as the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I want to remind people what some of our prophets have said over the years, starting clear back in the 1800s, about religion and politics, or the things that we're afraid to jump into, that whole statement of separation of church and state. I want to read you some quotes, and I want to give a huge shout out to Awaken to Our Awful Situation. It's a Facebook page, and it has some of the best memes out on the internet, and I'm using a lot of their work, and you'll see their memes on this video as I place them in here and paste them. So to start out with, I want to start with a quote by Brigham Young. Are we a political people? Yes, very political indeed. But what party do you belong to, or who would you vote for? I will tell you whom we will vote for. We will vote for the man who will sustain the principles of civil and religious liberty, the man who knows the most and who has the best heart and brain for a statesman. We, like all other good citizens, should seek to place those men in power. Now, many of you guys know Mitt Romney, Harry Reid. They're embarrassments. They're embarrassments to everything that we stand for. But it's still, again, those people have been put into place erroneously, and we need to seek for better people. Christians and all of us alike, as Christians, we all need to seek for those best people who will defend our civil and religious freedoms. Number two, this is by Joseph F. Smith. There has been a tendency among some Latter-day Saints, even when the Constitution is mentioned, to say, there he goes again, talking politics. I'm not talking politics, he said. I'm quoting the words of the Lord. Number three, this is by Bruce R. McConkie, not a prophet, but a general authority from way back when. Every member of the church is on one side or the other. And I would say every Christian is on one side or the other. In this war, all who do not stand forth courageously and valiantly are by that fact alone aiding the cause of the enemy. And that's pretty bold, and that's pretty important to understand. Number four that I want to read is our current president of the church, Russell M. Nelson. The adversary is clever. For millennia, he has been making good look evil and evil look good. His messages tend to be loud, bold, and boastful. Number five, this is one of my favorites. Tolerance is a Tolerance is a word valuable in the service of Satan. That was by Ezra Taft Benson. Many of you know him as the Secretary of Agriculture and also as president of our church back in the 80s. Number six, unfortunately today, in this freedom struggle, many Gentiles are showing greater wisdom in their generation than the children of light. And that's a direct reflection on the members of the church. That we're not standing up and holding up our end of the bargain. Number seven, any Christian constitutionalist who retreats from this battle jeopardizes his life here and hereafter, seldom has so much responsibility hung on so few so heavily. And that's also by Ezra Taft Benson. Number eight, if members of the Melchizedek priesthood allow the U.S. Constitution to be destroyed, they not only forfeit their right to the priesthood, but to a place in the highest degree of glory as well. And Melchizedek priesthood holders are the men in our church that are worthy to hold the priesthood. And it's talking, and again, it's directly at us. The members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, we've got to wake up and uphold the Constitution. Number nine, this is my last one. These are your days in the history of the church. Mark well what kind of days they will be. God will hasten his work. He will also shorten the last days for the elect's sake. Hence, there will be a compression of events. Furthermore, all things shall be in commotion. Only those in the process of becoming the men and women of Christ will be able to keep their spiritual balance and that is by Neil A. Maxwell, also a general authority, not a prophet, but that's a very powerful statement. I love these quotes by these men, and I just wanted to read them to kind of wake up Christians as a whole. Many of you may say, well, Mormons aren't Christian. Yes, we are. We believe in Jesus Christ. It's in the name of our church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We believe with you Christians all about it. We understand it. And, you know, I have so many good friends, Southern Baptist, Catholic, and we've got to band together. We've got to strengthen ourselves. We've got to love one another and be prepared for the crap that's coming. But number one, we've got to uphold the Constitution and uphold men and women that are going to stand up and uphold the Constitution in those things that are the most important and critical for our children and our grandchildren and the success and freedom that they might have going forward. That's all I have for now on this video. Juice me on to